Well, things are heating up all the more with this new name change. If you haven't heard, the Department of Defense has been renamed the Department of War. Now, this comes at a time for which there's an offensive against the deep state. You guys know I've been talking about this for a very long time, but Trump, he's just announced a lot of different things. So let's talk about it one by one. Now, I saw this when he announced it live at the press conference, but I just want to show you this quick clip.
We have the strongest military in the world. We have the greatest equipment in the world. We have the greatest manufacturers of equipment by far.
This name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring. At your direction, Mr. President, the War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct. We're going to raise up warriors, not just defenders. So this War Department, Mr. President, just like America, is back. Thank you for your leadership and your clarity. We're going to set the tone for this country. America first, peace through strength, brought to you by the War Department.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I first heard it, I felt a little bit like icky, like, oh, it sounds so provocative, like you're going to go attack somebody. But I believe that there's a lot going on here. Now, not only is there a restoration towards what it was, because in 40 something after World War II, what happened was when the deep state basically used the military to push their agenda, they had it under the guise of defense. And it's and a lot of people are saying this is an Orwellian thing, right? It's just like the ministry of truth. So if you go out and you, in some sense, brainwash people to think, oh, this is okay. Defense is okay, but offense, it sounds a little bit hard to digest. So let's trick people into thinking that defense is better, but really they've been attacking this whole time, right? Nobody is stupid to not understand that there's been a lot of wars ever since the World War II, from the 50s onward, and a lot of it hasn't been won in that regard. So I believe that not only is it just being overt in the sense of no more euphemisms, no more of this wordplay, this Orwellian wordplay, but really it's just clearing the air and saying this is what we're going to do. But also, Trump here has mentioned and tweeted recently, the golden age is upon us, the golden age. And he's tweeting a lot of different things, talking about this attack that he's going on, this offensive he's going on, the deep state. And he's even mentioned, and I've talked about this before, but the next several cities that are coming, one of them, or the next one, for which is Chicago. He loves the smell of deportations in the morning. He's, tweeting this out or truthing this out. And this, again, referring to Department of War. So many of us believing that it is a message that is being sent. So Bioclandestine said this: I don't think the name change was just cosmetic. Trump is sending a message. We are going to war, but not with a foreign enemy, but with a domestic one. Trump is at war with the enemy from within. The Dems intentionally left the border open so they could import tens of millions of voters to cheat in elections. Trump is going to sanctuary cities to deport these illegals and shut down their election fraud schemes. Now, I don't want to go back too much into 2020 and everything that has happened so far. But again, we know, if you've been following and you understand in some sense a little bit of this, a lot of what they do to keep themselves in power. And so this is why the Dems don't want the National Guard or ICE in their cities. They know Trump is about to use the Department of War to cut off their life source, election fraud via the illegal vote, mail-in ballot harvesting, etc. And so the key thing here is Trump is sending us a message that he's about to go on the offensive against the deep state. And what's even crazier is the governor of Illinois, Governor Pritzker, is talking about this actually being for interfering in the election. So have a listen.
It's about, and it has nothing to do with fighting crime. And it has, honestly, sending National Guard in has nothing to do with immigration either. What it has to do with is he's trying to set the stage for interference in the elections in 2026 and in 2028.
Now, what's crazy is either he's projecting and he's blaming Trump for what they are actually doing, meaning it's the reverse. It's like a mirror. They're doing this crime, but they're projecting it on Trump, and this has happened for so many years, or he's actually admitting to what he's actually stopping. So I believe that there's a multi-stage thing going on here. They're attacking and getting rid of the deep state or the evil or whatever you want to call it, the illegal act that has been happening for so many years from within first domestically and then working in conjunction with others internationally to remove that threat as well. So Trump is actually cleaning house. And so if you're sitting there and you think, oh, well, you know, war, attacking, all that, it's bad, you got to look at what the Lord did, what Jesus is actually going to do when he comes back. He's going to take care of things. He's going to send people to hell. He's going to defeat the enemy. He's going to have victory over Satan. I'm not here to say, oh, let's, you know, like welcome violence and let's push for that. I'm not saying those things. I'm saying that in some sense, there's a necessary, I don't even want to say evil, but there's a necessary event that needs to take place in order to safeguard humanity, in order to progress the good. And I know it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, but even in the Old Testament, how God was using the Israelites, when God was using certain things to get his will done, there was a way to progress what is good. And so I believe that right now with the white hats, Trump and all that, there's a certain delicate balance that's happening for which he has to message it correctly so that it's digestible to many, but at the same time, it's a dual message. And so he's attacking, he's pushing, and he's going on the offensive in this way by not only signaling internally what's going on with the government and all of that, but also, as I've said in other videos, they're working in conjunction with other leaders to take down what is the deep state. So this next stage is very important, and it's going to slowly kind of branch out to other cities. It's going to be digestible for the average American, the average viewer internationally, but then behind closed doors, there's going to be a lot of different operations that are going to be pushed. And so the Dems, the liberals, these guys, or just anybody that's in support of not good, they are cornered and they have nothing more to do than to call out and say, cry wolf, and talk to the public and say, oh, Trump is bad and do these, he's doing these different things, and try to get people on their side. But of course, there's fatigue. There's a lot of people that are sick and tired of this, and they want justice done. They want good to happen, good to prevail, for God to win, and for this next generation, this next time period to be not in vain, to be used for good and to do godly things going forward. So I know it's tough. It's tough to be on that side, to accept certain things. But I want to say that you can be at rest. You can be at peace. You can allow God to work. He's going to do things and allow things to happen in due course. So love you guys. Be encouraged. Guys, you guys know I'm doing a fundraiser for me and my team, as well as just the many things that are happening behind the scenes, legal battles, among other things. I need your support. I have a Give, Send, Go at the bottom of this video in the description. Would love for you guys to help me to get to that goal. And I also have other methods, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle as well, if you guys want to support me in that way. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.